Hello and welcome to another edition, a special edition of the MABE podcast. Today is our wonderful event coordinator, Jenna Webb. Hello, Jenna,
Hi, Andrew. Thanks for having me on the show.
who we go back, our very first episode last year about this time was with Jenna. So this is a different kind of episode. We're going to talk about the upcoming conference, May 7th and 8th, the MABE 2026 conference at Laurel Manor in Livonia, Michigan. Yay, we're almost there.
I know
Uh,
it's less than a month away as we're recording this, and I always say it every year. I can't believe it's here again, but it's just such a fun time that it comes up really quick.
yep, and all those little things that we're pecking away at throughout the year, and now hopefully a lot of them are just ready to just waiting for May 7th, right?
Yes, everything's fallen into place. Absolutely.
Great. So let's start. So again, because Jenna does the legwork on this. I obviously have my hands in it too. So sometimes you might just swing a question back at me if you think I might have the better answer or to elaborate on something. But let's start off with our keynotes. And the first one is somebody definitely better than I do, just because you were involved. He was a keynote at MABE 2 years ago, and I got to see him there,
Yep.
and he was excellent. We had him on the show, Mr. Brandon Brown, with Schoolyard Raps. Tell us about Brandon Brown and Schoolyard Raps and what people might expect.
Yeah, I met Brandon, as you said, at NABE in New Orleans, and he did our closing keynote. And so many people knew him as the Griot Bee, which is his alter ego for Schoolyard Rap. And then lo and behold, he has a powerful message as well. He has a background as a school administrator and has just come full circle with his company. And so it's just a real treat that we're going to have him here at MABE with both hats, the keynote and then the show. And I've told a few people that last year they were there, they exhibited, and they were our DJ for our reception. And he had the crowd going. And then he told everyone, yeah, and I'm going to be your next year's keynote. And a few people gave him like this look like, what? Who is this guy? And I said, no, for real, he's going to be your keynote. And I just can't wait for everyone to hear his message. So that will be awesome. And then we had an end note last year for the first year. In I think ever for MABE, or at least in my time. And it worked out so well that that's how we are doing his production, is it will be as an end note to our day one. And so we'll have a nice little happy hour at 2:30, and then we will end with his full show. And well, of course, it's a modified show. We're not in a big theater. He's used to large halls and theaters, but we are going to make it work. Laurel Manor is always so accommodating to our needs. And so they will have a modified show to end day one, and we're super excited about that.
Yeah, so a little bit different structure than we normally do, just because we do have to do some preparation
Yes.
with the room for his performance. So usually when we have that happy hour, we're all done with the programming for the day. And this year we're gonna have to swap those two a little bit. So
Yes.
yeah, good times. So I'm going to talk about our day two keynote, who is Dr. Jose Luis Zelaya, who is also on the podcast. So he is the CEO of an education nonprofit and a motivational speaker, and does a lot of great work in schools and talks a lot about his background coming to the U.S. I've seen him speak before in this capacity, and just, very moving story, and the fact that he, you know, persevered and overcame obstacles to get his doctorate, and make so much of his life is just should be very inspiring to everyone who gets to hear him.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I have only met him once, but his work is phenomenal. But the one time that I did get to meet him, I was in New York for NABE, and we had a nice little gathering in Little Italy. So I'm excited to see him in Michigan and speaking to our MABE members.
Yeah, wouldn't be bad to go back to New York and meet him there too, but
I know
another day.
that was a magical year at NABE.
So we have our keynotes, who are both new to, well, Brandon is new to speaking at MABE. He DJ'd last year. Who are some other of our featured speakers who a lot of them have been here before? Can you remind us who some of those names are?
Yeah, so you'll have some of our favorites coming back, Carly Spina, Dorina Sakmanevua. Those are two of our favorites who come back often, and we wouldn't have it any other way. And then we're bringing back Dr. Andrea Honigsfeld, and she is doing our day one pre-conference and then coming back to feature for us. So we're super happy to have her back. And then some Silets is a partner of ours for many years. And we have some new faces, not new for Silets, but new as for MABE. So Dr. Marie Heath, Dr. Monica Lara, Anna Mattis, and Allie Hand. You see her very often manning the booth, but she is an author in her own right, and we're super excited to have her in the lineup as well.
Yeah, and her session looks really interesting. It's far at the end of the day, so you got to stick around for it. But she developed something in Texas called the Alps Flip Book. So the Alps are basically the Texas version of WIDA, which is specific to Texas, but they're all very closely aligned, but it's everything, every proficiency level is broken down among the four domains: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. And again, what teachers can do to give them linguistic accommodations to students at each level, which is just very powerful and very much needed to work with our English language learners and multilingual learners at a level that's appropriate. So we're not over scaffolding, we're not under scaffolding, which
Yes.
you know a little bit about at this point, right, Jenna?
I do.
You're the
I
most
tell everyone
honorary teacher among honorary
yeah,
teachers.
exactly. Honorary teacher, accidental ML advocate, and wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm super excited to have Allie elevated as a featured speaker. And then, of course, we are so thankful to have a true legend joining us, Margot Gottlieb. Summit K-12 is helping us bring her, and we're thrilled to have her. We have Dr. Denise Furlong. And then Katie Kinder is coming back. She kind of fills that general education space for us that we try to prioritize each year, and she is just fantastic. If you were at MABE last year, you may have remembered her as the teal glasses girl, and she wears them. Those are her glasses, but she brings some to hand out to people. So I'm hoping to snag a pair this year.
Yeah, I know. She has a great energy. I'm hoping I did not get to see her last year, so hopefully this year I can make it to her session. And again, Margot Gottlieb, I mean, she is just a goat. She is one of the greatest of all time. So excited to have her. She was at our one virtual conference in 2021, but now she's going to be here in the flesh, physically
I
walking among
know.
us.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So what else could we look forward to beyond the sessions? I know we have, we have our Spirit of Excellence winner, who
Yes.
is we can say who it is, right?
Yeah, we absolutely can. So Kelly Alvarez will be receiving our Spirit of Excellence Award on day one. And I mean, you can't work in multilingual education in the state of Michigan and not know who she is. And she just advocates for our learners every single day. And we're thrilled to give her that award. And so that will be on day one. And then new on day two, and we really hope to continue this because they deserve all the credit, is the Michigan Multilingual Teacher of the Year. And so we will be announcing that winner and actually honoring all of the nominees because there was, a nomination process, and then they had to submit an application, and we want to honor their commitment to that work as well.
Yes. Yeah, and then whoever the person who wins this year, they're automatically entered not into a raffle. They're entered as a submission to NABE to become NABE Teacher of the Year. So if we keep at this, hopefully someday we will be supporting someone who wins the NABE award as well. So that would be very exciting. But for now, I'm happy just for this.
Yes, absolutely.
So what other fun stuff might we be looking forward to?
Yeah, so we touched on it briefly, but I just wanted to dig a little bit deeper on the fact that day one, our sessions, the regular breakout sessions will end at 2:30, and we'll have from 2:30 to 3:30 a networking happy hour in kind of lieu of that afternoon break. but don't worry, there'll still be cookies or some kind of sweet treat. And then that time is allowing the Laurel Manor staff and the Schoolyard Wrap staff to get set for that show. And I'm told that it is going to be an amazing show. And what I love about Brandon and his team is they really immerse themselves in the culture here in Michigan. So, for example, when he was in MABE and at New Orleans, he brought Black Indians into his show. So he really does his homework and brings in the culture to the area. So I know everyone is going to love it. And then you will go on your way rejuvenated for the next day. So we will end with that show rather than the reception. It's kind of flip-flopping the day a little bit to make it work, and we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. Yeah, so we can look forward to a great MABE 2026. And
Yes.
of course,
Well, as always, here in Michigan, we have construction season. So just want to remind our those of us who are traveling in to, just make sure to be mindful of, the road closures, and we will be sending out information about that as well. But just be mindful that there will be probably traffic delays due to construction. That's just the the nature of living in Michigan. It's orange cone season.
yeah, and something I usually try to do is do like my Apple Maps and try it like as soon as I can, like during the actual time, because sometimes you do it like the night before or the weekend before when there's no traffic, and like, oh yeah, I could be there in X amount of time. But then when it actually comes to the morning and our start time, which is 8:15 on Thursday, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
8:15.
Sometimes it's a little bit of a different story traffic wise because there's like a lot of other cars on the road as opposed to on a Sunday night. So
Exactly. And we're sold out again for, I think it's the fourth year in a
yes.
row and probably the fifth time we've sold out MABE. So you just plan accordingly. We will have plenty of seats and plenty of food, and we'll have a great time, but plan accordingly with your travel.
Yes, and as for the food, I thought last year we a commendable job. The lines are long, but they move pretty quickly, and I've not heard anybody ever say that we ran out of something.
Right.
So I'm the type, I would rather just sit back and hang and wait for the line to go down a little bit before I move in. So that's how I like to do things. So just know that if you do that, you should not be missing out on any chicken or pasta or
Exactly.
whatever
Exactly.
they're serving that day. But again, they do a great job with the food there, so that's always an exciting treat. And yeah, those cookies are just they're
I
killer.
know. I know. And the cookies are kind of near and dear to my heart because they come from they contract with a bakery here in my hometown in Monroe. So you definitely want to grab a cookie, maybe just one,
Yes,
so that others can enjoy. But yeah,
sharing
Laurel
is
Manor
caring.
started on as a small family-owned catering business and grew over the years. So the food is just second to none. You won't be hungry.
Yes. Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing you May 6th for the pre-conferences and May 7th and 8th for the regular conferences. So I have every reason to believe we will have another excellent conference that will make people feel reinvigorated and excited to continue on in their work.
Absolutely. Thanks again for having me, Andrew.
All right. Thanks, Jenna.